And we are back. More of the horrible Maria mother storyline here.
Maria, そのウサギの音楽隊はマリアの大切なお友達。そう、4人もお友達がいてよかったわ。
As she said that, Rosa took one of the rabbits from Maria's hand. Then she shoved it in front of Maria's eyes so she can see it very well. It's a cute little doll, like a chess piece of a rabbit holding a trumpet. She slowly lifted it into the air, and of course Maria and Sakataro's eyes also followed it. And then with a speed that the eye couldn't follow, she hurled it against the wall. Holy shit. She had half imagined that this was the worst possible thing that might happen. So she instantly realized what had been done. So Maria let out a short, despairing scream. It's time to arrest this bitch, right? If you're the officer in the room watching this shit, it's time to arrest this bitch. It was in pieces. It had been small and sturdy, but not enough to accept her mother's fierce rage. So let me go back to tips real quick here, guys. We saw the communication booklet before. Communication booklet is a notebook which elementary schoolers in Japan take to school with them and use as a short message communication tool between parents and teachers. For instance, the students will be told to write down information that the parents need to know about the next day of classes. Parents can use them to keep teachers informed of lost items, health issues, or request that their child skips a gym class. Because children tend to go on school in groups, notices of absence or lateness can also be written in them and the booklet handed to the group. Which is a good idea for parents and teachers to communicate. Very good idea. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and save real quick. I'm gonna go back and return the title. Why? Why? Because I'm gonna show you guys a little something. Going back to episode 2. Oh, okay. You can scroll using the mouse, blah blah. Not tips, character, sorry. Was it 2 or was it 3? It was 3, I'm sorry. It was 3. Alright. So we got the bunnies right here. Blah 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 blah. One of them mentions the other, there were originally 4 bunnies, right, in the band, in the quote-unquote band that Maria had. Okay. Maybe it does in the Steam version. There was another bunny that was mentioned in one of these portraits. So there's 45, there's 410, 410, I guess. And then there were 2 others. And then the one that was just thrown against the wall was one of these girls. So confirmation that that was Maria's invention. I'll go back to the game though. It had been small and sturdy, but not enough to accept her mother's fierce rage.
ママの言うことをちゃんと聞かないから一つ壊れちゃったわ。今後ママの言うことを守らないたびに
Oh
ま
shit.
た一つ壊すからね。
Oh my god, dude.
覚えておきなさい。あなたそんなことするなんて母親ですか？
Right?
そんなことしてお嬢さんが傷つかないと思ってるんですか？マリアが傷つく？私も傷ついているのよ。 私の傷は誰が責任取ってくれるのよ。
Fuck your wounds, bitch. You're a mother. You're supposed to be taking wounds for your goddamn daughter. You stupid bitch. What the fuck's wrong with you?
誰が
The girl the fuck up. Your time to fucking have fun is over. You have a kid in your life, right? You got a kid. Your time fun is over. No more fun for you, bitch.
あんたは黙っててって言ってるでしょ。
Let your fucking kid grow up and then you can have fun after that shit. Not before.
やめてママ。悪いのはマリア。おばさんを怒らないで。
Mother's a fucking witch, dude. A fucking monstrous witch.
マリアは悪くないよ。僕が悪いの。マリアを怒らないで。
No, she's not gonna like that. She's talking for Sakataro again.
うりゅうりゅう
Udio. I told you.
言ったでしょ。
She ain't gonna like that.
大体ね、気持ち悪いのよ。ぬいぐるみがお友達ってあんた今年でいくつよ。何歳よ。こんなの布と綿の気持ち悪い下手くそなぬいぐるみじゃない。こんなのしか友達いないのあんた。こんな化け物のぬいぐるみとお友達ごっこしてる暇があったらちゃんとした人間の友達を作りなさいよ。なんであなたにはいつまでもお友達ができないのよ。そうなんだからいつまでもクラスで変わり者扱いされてバカにされて。ほんとしっかりしていい加減にして。
I told you guys you might be triggered if you've ever been victimized and bullied in your school. Because this is all about that shit right there. This episode's all about that.
こんなぬいぐるみ遊びもう卒業しちゃってよ。
うりゅう
Udio.
だからそのぬいぐるみごっこをやめろって。
返して。サキ太郎返して。
Oh.
うりゅう
Udio.
うりゅう
Oh. No. Mama grabbed hold of Sakutaro's head and snatched him from me. Then she smashed him against the wall over and over. Udio!
痛いよ痛いよ。
やめろっつってんのよ。
Is Maria still talking for him? I'm trying to imagine that scene. Maria going, "It hurts, it hurts!" When Rosa's slamming him against the wall. She's like, "It hurts!" It's kind of hilarious, but it's still sad at the same time. It's very hilarious. Like, what the fuck, dude? What in the fuck, Rosa? You let it get so bad in your house. Like, it's fucking ridiculous here.
そのぬいぐるみごっこをやめろっつってんでしょ。こんなぬいぐるみがあるから。だからあんたはいつまでも友達を作らないのよ。だから一人だけクラスで浮いてておかしな子扱いされるんでしょうが。こんなぬいぐるみあげなきゃよかった。こんな気持ち悪いぬいぐるみあげなきゃよかった。やめて。サク太郎返して。サク太郎返して。サク太郎はマリアのお友達なの。親友なの。サク太郎さえいれば他には何もいらない。だから返して。返して。
For some reason, my frantic request just added oil to the fire of Mama's anger. As I put on Sakutaro trying to take him back, Mama pushed my arm aside, and in a bizarre way she stuck her fingernails on both hands deep into Sakutaro, twisting him. Oh shit. Red scarf, which I had carefully wrapped for him every day, came undone and fell to the floor. Sakutaro, who had been so precious to me, he was crumpled, twisted, torn at with fingernails so much. He was twisted in pain, his face grimacing so sadly. Then Mama's fingernails found a stitch on the neck and tore it. The fingernails of both hands, he tore him apart. Oh shit. Right in front of the kid. And the social worker. Right? In that instant, Sakutaro's yellow cloth it caught inside burst apart. It looked almost as moist cotton candy.
りゅう
Ooh, ooh, ooh. death cry, guys.
お
He's dead. Oh, Sakotaro. The crap of yellow cloth and the cotton candy that was flowing out were thrust right in front of my eyes. Then, through Mama's face, the evil being stated it clearly.
作太郎は死んでしまいました。
Mabete sumbalikan tebika. Quick to get the Arkura. Sakotaro. Wow. Wow. Godaro. Sakotaro. Wow. Maria can't form sentences basically. How's Maria talking?
泣くんでない。
This is what happens when you have a bad mother. You cry fucking every time.
そなたがそれを忘れぬ限り。だから。生き返らせて。ベアとはいろんな魔法が使えるんだもんね。
In a lot of ways, we can say that the murder of the Ushiromiya family happened because of Rosa, right? Because Rosa was such a bad mother, Beatrice was able to become a surrogate mother for Maria. And Beatrice told Maria to do all these things to be the accomplice of all these killings. And Maria said, yes! Why? Because Rosa was a bitch of a mother, and she would listen to her after she killed Sakotaro. Of course I'll listen to Beatrice over Maria, over Rosa, right? Of course, if I'm Maria, Beato is my mom, right? My new mom. My preferred mom. So, we can all blame Rosa for the deaths of all these family members. Quite fucking literally.
それは無論作太郎がわらわの家具だったならそれもたやすい。しかし作太郎はそなたの家具だ。わらわにそれは難しい。難しいってことは無理じゃないんだよね。生き返らせて。無限の魔法で生き返らせて。実はな、作太郎のよりしろはローザの手作りのぬいぐるみであったよ。そのローザは作太郎を否定した。母にその生を許されなかった命は存在できぬのだ。
Ouch. Beatrice's words were feeble. Because she knew that no matter what the excuse, it wouldn't be enough to call Maria and make her accept it. But she had to communicate the painful truth to her disciple and close friend. She had to tell her that fact. That even with all of her own magic, even she would not be able to revive Sakotaro.
そなたが作太郎の存在を強く信じる限り、その魂が消え去ることはない。だからマリア、どうか悲しむな。今もほら、すぐそこで作太郎が微笑んでいると信じるのだ。
I'm pouring one out for my homie Sakotaro, who's dead. Thank you for being a friend, Sakotaro. Travel down the road and back again, Sakotaro. Your heart is true, you're a friend and a confidant, Sakotaro.
諦めよ。
Give it up, girl.
作太郎を蘇らせる魔法はない。
Your mother's a bitch, sorry. そ
してそれでもなお作太郎がそなたの親友であり続けることを強く信じよ。その力が魔法となる。
What the fuck does that mean here? Even in spite of that, even though he's dead, right? You must believe that he's still alive, and that power becomes magic. What? So the power to believe in delusions is magic. That's what she's saying. I hope.
そんなの魔法じゃない。
Right?
魔法じゃない。
That's what I'm talking about, Maria.
サクタロが生き返らなきゃ嫌だ。ママの手作りだからダメなの。どうしてママはサクタロを作ったの？マリアにプレゼントするためじゃないの？マリアのお友達にするためじゃないの？
That's what we all thought.
なのに
Apparently not.
なんでママは自分で作って自分で壊したの？
Yeah, she seems very fucking bipolar, doesn't she? She makes her a fucking stuffed animal. Goes, ooh, ooh, I love you, ooh, sometimes. And then other times, she rips out the motherfucking stuffed animal's head in front of her daughter. And then gloats about killing her fucking best friend. Like, oh, I killed your best friend. What the fuck are you gonna do now, bitch? What the fuck is this? What kind of mother is this?
どうしてママは自分で産んで
Yeah.
自分で壊そうとする
That's what I wanna
の？
know.
わかんない。
Don't get it, don't get it. Nobody gets it. Your mother is fucking incredibly stupid.
Mama が憎いよ。ママが憎い。悔しい。悲しい。悲しい。悲しい。
Oh, she finally hates her now.
サクタロがそうされたようにママをねじり上げてやりたい。
Okay.
爪を立てて引き裂いて布地と綿にしてやりたい。悔しいよ。悔しいよ。ベアトリーチェ。サクタロ。
From the darkness behind Maria's back, two massive jet black arms crept out, coiling around Maria as she stopped in anger. Then massive fingernails stuck into Maria's chest and stomach. Maria could not see them, but Beato could. Anger and sadness without any place to go would tear you apart. Beato knew that. She could see that. Yes. In the end, those massive arms were Maria's own. Those fingernails slowly started to dig into her chest and stomach. Their immense size and strength. Those arms would probably tear Maria's into bits easily. But Maria herself couldn't notice. Without even see of her own tears, she couldn't notice that their own arms were trying to tear her apart, her own chest.
悔しい。悔しい。サクタロがどうしても生き返らせられないならマリアは復讐したい。ママを同じ目に合わせてやりたい。サクタロと同じ目に合わせてやりたいの。ベアトリーチェ、そのための魔法を教えて。ママをやっつける魔法を教えて。
It's time for some matricide, baby. Good old-fashioned matricide. Kill your mothers. Kill your fathers. Let's go.
ママを殺す。
Kill them all, kill them all, kill them all. They die. They die.
殺してやる。
Again, this is the reason why Beatrice is able to get away with these killings. Because Rosa fucking already turned Maria against her. And in doing that, Maria became an accomplice. Maria was able to say, oh, the witch is here. Here's the letter from the witch. Oh, here's the key from the witch, right? Oh, here's the locked room mystery that only I know the answer to. Oh, I can draw these fucking, magic circles on all these doors and pretend that it was the witch that did that because I'm Maria, the accomplice of the witch. That's what happened. That's pretty much what happened in all the episodes up to now. Maria was the accomplice because Rosa was such a bad mother that she pushed Maria away into Beatrice's arms, basically. Like, that's literally what happened. Time and time again.
あれはママじゃないよ。ママに取り付いた悪い魔女だ。ママの魔女を殺してやる。
よかろう。その力を心美しきそなた自らに引き裂かれるくらいなら
そなたにその苦しみを与えた心なき母こそよほど引き裂かれるに値する。
Exactly.
教えようぞ。魔女の世界光さすことなき深淵の奥底。
When she says, I'll teach you of the abyss of the world of witches, so that that's where the no light leeches. We're gonna plan this Rokunjima family conference where everybody dies. That's literally what Beatrice is saying here. Maria comes to her like, I want to get back against my mom for killing Sakutaro. And Beatrice says, I'm going to teach you a way to get back at her. Literally, it's going to end up killing your mother. And literally ended up killing her just like she killed Sakutaro. So that's what that is. I mean, this is the end that Beatrice has to killing all these Tsurumiya fools, right? That somehow wronged her. The person that's dressing up as Beatrice needs somebody on the inside, and that somebody on the inside is Maria.
みんな嫌い嫌い大嫌い。ママも嫌い、エルジャも嫌い。みんな大嫌い。
There you go. There's motive. Shatter, 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 shatter. Back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. Or it's not really reality, it's like another game board reality. It's episode 4 reality, guys. I've been trying to take a nap, but the boat really was shaking bad. This is Badler. We're back to the beginning of the fucking episode here. Never got past the episode beginning, right? Never did. Gave up on sleeping and went onto the dock. I was spoken by the shining sun and a strong sea breeze. Oh, it's not Badler, it's Amakusa, my bad. So we're still not on the fucking game board yet. We're still in reality here. Up on the deck, Amakusa was doing some stretches. He probably has a lot of time in his hands too. It'll still take a while longer to reach Nijima. It is Nijima, okay. I would only have taken on the order of half an hour by airplane, but there was the chance that the Sumidera's net extended over Nijima Airport. The harbor would probably be the same. For that reason, I had obtained a boat that would lend me a hand, let me land, while avoiding the harbor. No questions to ask. I bumped into a cheery boat captain, treated him with generosity, and he had decided to help me out, amused.
まだだいぶかかるの？
さっき船長に聞いたら、あと2時間はたっぷりかかるそうです。ま、贅沢は言えねえですな。
いいお天気ね。焼けちゃいそう。
甲板で読書ですか？本が痛みますよ。
That's Maria's book, right? Amakusa apparently got the idea that because I was clutching Maria Nachan's diary under my arm, I had been reading it as I tried to fall asleep, which is why I come back up still carrying it.
どうですか？マリアさんの日記から六軒島の真相は探れそうですかい？
Probably not. You'll find clues to Beatrice, though, probably.
さあ、あの島で何があったかなんてどこまで調べても仮説でしかない。メッセージボトルにお姉ちゃんの日記も魔女が闊歩するおとぎ話が記されているだけで何も真実を語らない。お手上げよ。
新島での関係者からの聞き込みに期待するしかないですな。
ウィッチハンターどもが散々質問攻めにしてるでしょうから、きっと真事実なんて見つからないの。
そこまで期待してないのに半日も船旅をして新島に行こうなんて実に気まぐれなことです。
調べたっていう自己満足のための旅みたいなものよ。
There you go.
本気で12年前の真実が解き明かせるなんて私も甘えてるつもりはないわ。
その自己満足が終わったらどうするつもりで？
Pardon me, taking a quick drink break here. I'm back.
さあ考えてないわ。新島に行って関係者に話を聞いて、最後に六軒島に行って花でも捧げたら私の旅はおしまいね。
Several days had already passed since the journey began. After being told by Burke still on the roof of the building to search for the truth of 12 years ago, I left on a journey akin to trying to grasp a cloud. At the time, I felt something mystical about it, and I remember feeling as if I might be able to grasp some kind of miracle at the end of this journey. But several days are enough to bring a person back down from that height. Hi! As I stood on the roof of that skyscraper that day, my heart had nowhere left to go. It was completely dead, waiting from the bottom of my heart to be released from the cage of my body and rise into the sky. I crossed the fence in order to die. So apparently, after Eva died, Angie was ready to die herself. So we can already go ahead and release that fucking misconception that Eva was about, like, you know, down browbeating Angie and antagonizing her. No, Angie really loved her. Angie knew that was the last person that was on her side in this world. Even though, like, she said, "Oh, I hate you, Angie." She knew the truth. Angie knew that Eva was on her side. And so Eva said, "Oh shit, well, I don't have anybody to live for yet at this point. So let's go ahead and kill myself." That's what she was trying to do. Confirmation here, guys. Confirmation here. She crossed the fence in order to die. Maybe experiencing the desire to die and actually stepping forward, throwing my body down, caused some kind of mystical experience inside my head, making me think I received a message from the witch. The more the excitement from jumping down lessened over time, and the more I came back to my senses, the more this journey lost its meaning. So now she's like not believing in the fucking shit she saw. She's thinking that Brooke Distill was a figment of her imagination. She's thinking, "Oh, I'm fucking crazy," you know, for thinking that all this shit's real, even though, remember back in the day, I tried to get all my 7 sisters to kill these girls at school and they wouldn't do it. That confirms that magic is not real. That's what she's thinking right now. But I never considered spending this journey just because of that. If I stopped this journey, that would mean acknowledging that the message from that witch was an illusion, and I felt as if that meant throwing away the promise that the witch had made, and any chance that someone from my family might come back. And so I'm continuing this journey because I want to believe in that illusion. I don't seriously believe that this journey would change anything. I'm even free to end it at any time. It's up to me to choose where the final destination is. In the end, this journey is only meant for my personal self-satisfaction. Okay. Alright. We're getting Angie's motivations now.
聞こえは悪いですが、そいつが実は人生ってやつではない
That's
かと。
everybody's life, dude. You gotta find something that satisfies you.
傭兵家業で視線をくぐった末に至った答えだったなら、なかなか味わい深いじゃない。
茶化さんでください。俺が言いたいのは、自己も何も自分を認められるのは世の中で自分だけしかいないってことです。
Amakusa continued, whatever. Hold up. Continued stretching as he spoke in an only eloquent way. Hearing it tell me as though from a teacher maybe instinctively wanted to resist, but what he was saying was extremely sensible.
そうかもね。人は誰かに認められたくて努力をするわ。多くの場合、それは親ね。親に褒められたくて
子供は努力を覚える。だから私は覚えなかったわけだけど。
すんません。そういうつもりで言ったんじゃないです。俺が言いたいのは、自己満足大いに結構ってことなんです。誰に褒められたって、それを納得できなきゃ意味がない。逆を返しゃ、誰に褒められなくったって、自分が納得できりゃそれでいいってことです。
Exactly. And this actually applies to streamers too. On Twitch, guys, if you've had like 1 or 2 viewers every time you stream, it doesn't matter as long as you're satisfied yourself, right? If you're doing a good stream, put that shit up on YouTube. You get a lot more viewers maybe on YouTube. Hey, don't fucking take it to heart that you only have 1 or 2 viewers, right? I don't care if anybody's not watching me or if somebody is watching me every time. Thanks to you lurkers out there who always lurk on my streams. I love you. But if you got 1 or 2 viewers every time you stream and you're trying to grow or something, I'm not trying to grow really, but the people that are trying to grow, I see them on every day and they have 1 or 2 people, unfortunately. Don't take that to heart. As long as you are satisfied with what you're doing yourself, keep doing what you're doing, right? If that brings you happiness, whatever you're doing, that's your hobby, streaming, right? If that gives you life, that gives you fucking purpose, keep doing that shit. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you're not doing anything worthwhile and you should stop doing it. Like the people that Angie was in school with were telling her, oh, you should just die because you're not worthwhile. Just go ahead and die. No. If you're doing something that you're satisfied with and you feel fulfilled, you feel that you're doing something for the world, you're doing something to contribute to society, right? Keep doing it. Don't let anybody else tell you anything otherwise, because you are the author of your own story. Bam.
自己満足と向上心って矛盾するから、普通は悪いことって教えられるわよね。
And then this is the difference between Maria, self-satisfaction, and self-improvement. George, right? George, bastard-ass George, Eva's bastard son, is the epitome of self-improvement. He's probably the most capable out of all the Ushiromiya siblings. And then self-satisfaction, that's Maria to a T. Maria versus George. They do contradict each other, right? They do.
天草の論法はなんだか新鮮よ。
誰かに認めてほしくて、だけれど何を努力すればいいのかわからないのが人の世の苦しみです。俺にもそういう頃があった。
I did too. Amakusa.
誰かに認められたくて、でも何を認められればいいかわからなくて、そして何をどこまで努力すれば誰に認めてもらえるかわからなくて、随分と無茶苦茶をやってきたものです。
それで天草が至った答えが自己満足だっていうの？
聞こえは悪いがそういうことです。我ただ足るを知るってやつですわ。俺がこれでいいと思った人生なら、それはとやかく言われてどうこうってもんじゃない。
There you go.
エンジェさんの人生もこの旅も同じです。
Touché.
エンジェさん以外の誰にもとやかく言う権利なんてない。旅の意味と成果はエンジェさんだけが決める。エンジェさんにとって有意義な旅になったなら、それで十分なんですよ。
あんたってちゃらけてる男だと思ってたけど、たまに変なこと言い出すのね。そういうことたまに言うとモテると思ってるでし
ょ。まさかまさか、そんなつもりで言ったんじゃありません。どうやらお一人になりたいようだ。俺は船長のところへ行っていますぜ。どうぞごゆっくり。
Smooth as fucking butter, right there. Seeing that Makusa had decided I was in a bad mood. Although I didn't feel that way myself. Maybe he had just finished a set of stretches and wanted to cool off in the shade. The seemings were strong, but not enough to take the edge off the rays of the sun. Amakusa disappeared. Only I remained.
自己満足こそが人生か。
そんなのつまらないです。人生はどこまでも強欲でなくっちゃ。
Hey, Mammon's back. Notice that Mammon suddenly appeared, her full hair streaming out in the wind by the prow of the ship.
強欲な人生は確かに楽しいわ。でもあなたと違って人間には寿命がある。永遠に強欲のままだったなら、人は死ぬ最後の瞬間にも欲があることになる。欲があるということはつまり欲しいということ、持っていないということ、満たされていないということ。
There's always a goal to reach for. If you're a human that has ambition, always. Your ambition should be highest, always out of reach. In the best scenario, I think.
自分が満たされていると思えないまま死ぬのはきっと辛いことよ。だからきっと自己満足って必要なんだわ。
なるほど。寿命ある存在にはそういう妥協点も必要。私たちの主はやたらと寿命の長いお方ばかりだったんで、
人間ってのは満たされるために生きてるのかしら。だとしたら無欲が一番人生に優しいことになるわ。なるほど。7つの大罪の一つが強欲になるのも納得ね。
お褒めに預かり光栄です。
Apparently that counted as praise in Mammon's eyes. She turned and gave a graceful curtsy.
園児様、人間は死の瞬間に満足であるために生きてるんですか？
死の瞬間に何かが満たされていないのはきっと辛いんじゃない？
だとしたら人間は満足な死を迎えるためだけに生きてるわけですね。より良い死のために生きてる。死ぬために生きてる。
Not me. Well, that's a hell of a thing to say. Yes, I should have expected that for a demon steak. A lot of people do that though. A lot of people like will live. I want to have XYZ. I want to have like, you know, a big family. I want to have 5 cats, you know, 6 dogs. I want to have 3 girls, 5 boys. When I die on my deathbed, I want to have this whole empire, so I can say that my life is complete. Like, what the fuck, dude? You want to live for your death, basically. That's exactly what you're saying. You want to have those things just to have them by the time you die. Like, why? Explain to me why, right? Oh, then they try to like bullshit it. Oh, I'm gonna have my legacy, like, you know, in the future. Like, you're dead. What do you care about your legacy, dude? Right? You don't need 5 kids to further your legacy. You only have 1 kid that furthers his legacy. So it's not because of that. It's because of some fucking stupid wish that you want to have when you're dead. That you want to have all these things, and then you want to have it on your fucking list of fucking accomplishments, right? When you die, that's what you want to have as far as like your life's worth, right? Who the fuck cares about your life's worth when you're dead? When you're dead, right? So I think a better use of your time would be to fulfill yourself. What Amakusa was saying before. You could either self-improve or you can self-satisfy. What's a better way to spend your life? Self-satisfying yourself the entire life, or self-improving for other people to think that you are a good person when you die? Who the fuck cares what other people think when you're dead, right? I'd rather have a lifetime full of self-fulfillment in my entire life. Like, if my life was a fun life, 100% great life lived. If my life was 100% of people like expecting me to do one thing and me doing that thing, and like just living for other people's expectations, 100% not a fulfilling life. 100% a fucking work, a fucking chore, a fucking bullshit life, I think. I mean, that's just me. If you want to, like, you know, have 5 kids, you want to have fucking all these things in your life, listing all your fucking attributes out in your epitaph and your fucking epilogues when you're dead, have that. It, you know, go to work, get yourself fucking ready, because you're gonna have to start right now, today, and you won't be finished until you're dead, basically. So keep working. I'm gonna keep having fun. That's my philosophy. Self-fulfillment versus self-improvement. Pick a side, guys. Pick a side. I know what side I picked. you know? What side are you picking, guys? Humans suffer because they aren't whole and live only to be made whole. That might be the same, in other words, as the desire to die. To die while whole.
言い返せないわ。人は満たされるために生きてる。そして満たされたまま死にたいと願ってる。だからその満たされ方がわからないのはとても辛いことだわ。
どうやれば満たされるんです？人間の人生は。
認めてもらうことよ。お前は幸せだってね。
誰が認めてもいいものでしたら私が認めてあげますよ。
そうよ、そこなのよ。誰に認めてもらえばいいのかわからないのよ、人は。
その認めてくれる人を探すのが人生の旅なんですか。へえ。
And the argument is that Maria accepted herself when she pretended that Psycho Tower was her best friend, but then her mother denied that by ripping up Psycho Taro and saying that's not a real friend, basically. So she had the happiness for a second, and then the happiness was ripped away in that same second, basically. And so same thing happened with Angie. Angie was happy for a second with all the friends, Mammon. But at the same time, she realized that, oh yeah, these are all fake friends. So now I have to listen to what society says, what these girls are saying, that I'm a loser in society, and I need to get their acceptance and follow their rules to become happy. And I can't be happy with my own devices. So it's always that kind of conundrum, how do you be happy as a human? Can you do it yourself, or do you have to use other people to do it? Who
おか
knows?
しな話ね。認めてもらおうと認めてもらわなかろうと自分の境遇に変化はないはず。にもかかわらず認められれば満たされ、認められないから満たされない。まるで青い鳥だわ。カゴの中にもう青い鳥はいるのに、それに気づけないからどこまでも探しに旅立たなければならない。
何ですかそれ。人間の人生ってバカですね。
Yes, they are.
そうね、天草は本当にいいことを言ったわ。我ただ樽を知るか。何のことわざか知らないけど味わい深いわ。つまるところ、誰かに認めてもらわなければ満ち足りないとは、すなわち自ら認められないということ。究極の自己実現はまず自分を自分で認めることだと思う。
That's why I say self-fulfillment is better than, everybody else's fucking acknowledgments. Self-improvement, it's only for other people. You know how to self-improve? If you self-acknowledge, you're good to go, right? You self-fulfill yourself, you know you're good. That's it. Don't try to improve yourself over that. I mean, maybe if you're trying to get a job or something, right? If you're trying to get, win somebody's heart, maybe, self-improve to get yourself on that level. But if you're trying to accept yourself, self-fulfillment is where it's at. If you're not fulfilled by yourself, that's the only time you need to work on yourself, right? You need to go ahead and go to the gym, go to the lab, do something, make yourself better, until the point where you're actually fulfilled by yourself. And then you can start doing other things.
そりゃそうです。自分が満ち足りてるって自覚できるなら誰にも認めてもらう必要なんかないですから。その小さなことに気づくだけで人間のくだらない人生の旅は簡単に終了ですね。
Oh yeah.
残った時間を有意義に遊んで過ごせます。人間の人生ってバカバカしい。
Neyman's choice of words were bad, but it's surely the truth. If most of a human's life is a journey wishing for someone's acceptance so that they can achieve a satisfied death, the moment they realize that the person to accept them is not someone else but them themselves, they can end that pointless journey. Humans who have finished that journey can probably spend the rest of their lives as they wish with their heads held high. How sublime, how praiseworthy that would be.
天草ってさ、親とはかなり仲が悪いらしいのよ。そりゃそうよね。まっとうな親なら 足を洗わせたいと願うような商売だもの。
別にいいんじゃない？本人が楽しいなら。
Exactly.
全くよね。
Exactly. I didn't know she was gonna say that. I didn't know she was gonna say that.
結局はそういうことなのよ。
That's what it comes down to, baby.
他人が観測した自分の評価なんかどうでもいいこと。自分の存在を自分自身がしっかり認められたならそれで十分なのよ。自分に自信を持って生きられるならどんな生活だって受け入れて納得できるに違いない。天草はきっといつか戦場で流れ弾を食らって大怪我をするでしょうよ。あるいは死ぬことさえあるかもしれない。でも天草はそれを理不尽とは思わないと思う。それも人生と。あいつはケラケラ笑ってるような気がするの。
いい生き様じゃない。惚れるわ。
I like that one.
自分で自分を認められない哀れな人間は生涯それを求めてさまよう。何も受け入れられず不平不満だけを口にし満たされないまま死んでいく。
You hear a lot of humans, especially today's society, complaining about a lot of shit. A lot of people, if you go on Twitter too, you know, a lot of people complain about a lot of shit. A lot of shit that's trifling. A lot of shit that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I want you to call me by these pronouns, right? I want you to call me by this, and if not, I want to pitch a hissy fit. Is that what your fucking life's about? That you want somebody to call you by a certain pronoun, and if they don't, you're being somehow offended enough to where you need to fucking like call the riot police and shit? Are you serious? Are you really serious about that? Seriously, that's a pitiful human to me. You can't accept yourself. You want somebody else's validation. You want somebody to call you by a certain pronoun. You want somebody to like acknowledge you identifying as a certain thing, right? Accept yourself first, right? Don't put any stock in what anybody else says about you. Because I'm sorry, if you're looking for the other person's validation for your life, you're gonna be fucking sadly mistaken about finding that. Because you're never gonna find it. Nobody's gonna accept you unless you accept yourself. And you will die while unfulfilled. Every time. So how about you accept yourself first and don't care about what other people think, because that's the way to live your life.
哀れだわ。
How pitiful.
何の目的もなくダラダラと生きてる連中に比べたらやがてのだれ死にするかもしれないけれど自分の人生に胸を張っている天草の方がよっぽど高潔なのよ。
人生悟ったものの勝ちってことじゃない？少しでも早く悟れればその分有効に残りの人生が過ごせてお得よね。
Amen, Mammon. Amen. At those words of Mammon's, I finally came to terms with a certain fact. I had described her as a normal kid. It's a little strange. However, that wasn't the case. She had simply finished that journey faster than anyone else and taught herself to keep her own chin up and live with confidence.
だからマリアお姉ちゃんはすごかったのかもしれない。彼女は小学校低学年になるかならないかという年齢のうちに
Other people like us looking at her life from the outside couldn't call it happy by any standard. But even though such dates were engraved in her diary, the entries always finished up by saying it was a happy day. Even though you can catch glimpses of her mother's lack of love for her, in spite of that, she believed that her mother did love her. Her mother's love that didn't exist. She created herself, filling her world with love. Others observed her as an unfulfilled, pitiful girl. But she had told herself that she was fulfilled and accepted herself how she was. And so she was happy that way. It's easy to observe that as something pitiable and sad. But to her, that was an outsider's opinion and didn't matter in the slightest. If you're secure 100% in yourself and your self-worth and you're fulfilled, it won't matter, right? You don't need somebody to, oh, call me he, him. Call me they, them. You don't need that. You can call yourself he, him. You can call yourself they, them, right? You don't have to fucking force other people to like buy into your delusions of your own fucking imagination, right? You don't need that, because your world is your own thing, and you're 100% fulfilled with that. I'm just saying, you know, No shade thrown to anybody that, you know, has their pronouns in their Twitter profile. But why? I mean, you know, why? Why do you need to do that? The only important thing was to whether or not this was happiness to her. It's just like how when people who live in the city point to the lifestyles of those in the country, and lament the inconvenience and feel sympathy for them, is this really misplaced kindness? If those who live there are satisfied with what they have, there's more than enough. More than enough, baby. I don't got a yacht like this, but I'm happy.
私ようやく気づいたわ。今気づいた。マリアお姉ちゃんにひどいことをしたのよ。あの日にあなたたちにも作太郎にも。
Adoi! Did you just not realize that? Jesus.
魔法があるかないか、それを決めるのは他人じゃないわ。
It's not up to other people to decide. It's not up to other people to decide. So don't put that shit in your fucking Twitter profiles. It's not up to other people to decide. You wanna call yourself they, them? It's not up to other people to decide. Call yourself that. They might call you that. They might not. It's not up to other people to decide. That's my point.
自分よ。
Jesus Christ. It's up to you yourself.
マリアお姉ちゃんにとって魔法があるかないかはマリアお姉ちゃんが決めるべき問題で、私が決めることじゃない。なのに私は幼いあの日口にしてしまった。魔法なんてあるわけないって彼女を傷つけてしまった。
To me, magic doesn't exist, but that's my world. So that at the same token, you don't deny somebody that says they, them in their profile on Twitter. You don't say, I'm gonna ignore that, I'm gonna call you she, her. Because that's the way I think, you know? You don't deny that. You don't say no, right? You say, okay, they, them, right? But that's not the way I think. You can say that, but still be respectful about it, right? You don't have to fucking throw it in her face like, that's just your world, and I'm not living in that world. I'm living in my world. You can say it with respect. And that's what Angie did not do, basically. So she's feeling remorse about that. Today in Oni-chan's world as well, just because of that, was totally barking up the wrong tree. Exactly.
マリアージュ・ソルシエルはマリアお姉ちゃんの作った魔女同盟。
Like, be nice, man. Don't be fucking mean about shit like that to people who are identifying in a certain way, right? You can identify that certain way, and if you're happy, I want to like go ahead and support it. I don't have to actually believe in it, right? That's not my life. That's your life. But I don't have to be a fucking dick and say you're a fucking stupid bitch who doesn't know reality, and you need to fucking wake up and grow up. You don't say that shit to people, dude. Unless you're a fucking dick. Unless you're a bitch dick.
私はそれに誘われて一緒に魔女になろうと言われたの。新しい面白い遊びだと思って私はしばらくの間それに付き合ったわ。でも幼さゆえの残酷さ、途中で飽きてしまった。そして鋭利な言葉で
Yeah, this is when she was a kid, 5 years old or something, before they died. That was that flashback. She was like, oh, I'm too old for stuffed animals. Maria, you're weird. Ha ha ha, and she started giggling like it was a joke and shit. And tore Maria's heart in half. Like, don't do that shit to people, guys.
あの時大喧嘩をしたはず。私はすぐに忘れてしまったけれど、彼女には忘れられないものだった。
I'm gonna take a quick break here, because I keep pushing the right button. Give me a second here. BRB. And we're back.
なぜなら彼女にとって魔法は確かに存在する自然な力で、それは私とも共有できると信じていたから。マリアお姉ちゃんにとって魔法は世界を幸福に解釈できる、いえ全てを幸福にできる、まさに魔法の力だった。それを私にもお裾分けしたかっただけ。その気持ちを幼い私が引き裂いた。だから彼女は誰とも魔法は分かり合えないと殻の中に閉じこもってしまったのよ。
And the witch Beatrice took advantage of that.
だと
Basically.
したらマリア卿もやはり人生の旅は終わってないわけね。自分に納得できてるなら園児様に否定されたくらいでへこむ必要なんてないわけだし。
Ah.
お姉ちゃんは幼かった。天草みたいな達観にはまだ至ってなかったのよ、はあ、だからこそわかるわ。マリアージュ・ソルシエルという魔女同盟がな
An alliance where each accepts that the other is a witch.
そうよ。それが確かマリアージュ・ソルシエルの取り決めの第一条だった気がする。同盟の魔女は互いを魔女と認め尊敬し合うことって。
Accept and respect. That's what you do, people, dude. I mean, that's the first rule anybody should learn as a human being, right? Accept people and respect people. But this is not what's happening, especially on like social media a lot. Especially when people think they're anonymous online, right? They'll say something disrespectful, unaccepting every fucking time. It's because somebody has a different opinion than somebody else. Every fucking time. That's ridiculously bullshit.
それこそが魔女同盟の一番の、そして唯一の意味なのよ。
Maria Nechan wanted to share with me the secret laws for making the world happy, called magic. But I was young, and she was too. I heard her with innocent cruelty.
私はあの日に言ったわ。暴言をあなたたちやサクタロンに。存在するわけがないって。
失礼しちゃうわ。私たちが存在するって自らを認めてる。魂が寝ぼけてる人間どもとはわけが違うのよ。我を思うゆえに我あり。魔法を認めようと否定しようと、私たち煉獄の七姉妹という魔法が
I
存
mean,
在
the
する
stakes are always there,
ゆえ
so
に事実。
it's a physical thing. You can't really deny the existence of the physical thing, right?
園児様の言葉を借りるなら、
それを他者である私が否定するのはまさに暴力だわ。それはきっと実の母にお前なんか生まれてこなければよかったと、いいえ消えてしまえと怒鳴りつけられるくらいにね。
Even after being slammed by all those words, Maria Nechan's magic made her believe in her mother's love. Sakotaro, a magic friend, always encouraged her. He kept saying that her mother loved her and that she was coming home late because of her work, and that she would definitely bring back a present. Even after Maria learned the fact that it wasn't really because of work, magic still kept her believing that. So by believing that her mother loved her, by accepting herself, she filled her world with love and peace and serenity and established it perfectly.
12年前に何があったのか、私の家族がどうなったのか、それを探る旅じゃなかったのよ、これは。
ならこの旅は何なの？
マリアお姉ちゃんにあの日のことを謝る旅だったのよ。
Okay.
どうしてかわからないけどそう思うの。あの日彼女を傷つけなければ。
We just totally forgot about Badler and saving him. We just totally forgot about that. It's all about Maria now. I mean, it's fine.
12年前の事件は起こらなかったんじゃないかってそう思うの。
I have no basis for it. I don't even have a clue how hurting Maria Nechan would be connected to that mysterious incident several years later. You don't have a clue? Really? I just explained it. because you shut her out, because her mother shut her out. She only had Beatrice to go back towards, and Beatrice wants to kill the Ushiromias. So of course Maria's down for that, because most of the Ushiromias are dicks to her, right? Everybody thinks she's a fucking weird girl. Angie does. Maria's own mother does. Maria's aunts, uncles, fucking cousins probably think she's weird. Let's kill them all, right? Let's kill them all. So that's why all that happened. But for some reason, I can't imagine that there's no connection. Yeah, there's no connection. Unless you're stupid. A witch caused that incident. And the culprit is the Golden Witch Beatrice. The accomplice is who? 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 Maria. And Beatrice is part of the Miria Sorcieri Alliance of Witches. I had horribly hurt the other witch in that alliance. I had hurt her by saying that magic doesn't exist. That's why several years later, an inexplicable crime by which a witch occurred. And that 2-day period, which can't be explained with anything but magic, was thrust in my face via a message bottle. That's what happens. In some ways, maybe Angie caused this shit to happen when she denied Maria's magic. I guess mostly probably Rosa causing it, but in some ways maybe Angie too, because Angie was part of that alliance and then betrayed the alliance. So I know Rosa was never part of the alliance, so we always knew that she would deny the magic, but we never knew Angie would, right? Or Maria didn't, at least. So Angie has some culpability here.
きっと私は無関係じゃないのよ。わからない。偶然かもしれないし、運命かもしれない。なぜかこの旅で私はそう思うようになったわ。
It's all your fault, Angie.
根拠は？
ないわ。勝手にそう思ってるだけ。
日本人って面白いわね。被害者であっても自分に非があったように感じて。
Exactly.
家族を奪ったベアトリーチ様憎しって言うなら理解勝手に非を感じて謝りたくなってくるなんて本当に変わってるわ。
It's mostly Beatrice's fault. Beatrice is the one that manipulated Maria. But yeah, Angie is the one that caused the situation to happen. But it's all Beatrice. It's 100% Beatrice.
もちろんベアトリーチェは憎いわよ。その気持ちがなければこの旅は続かないわ。でも旅にもう一つ目的を見出してもいい。12年前の魔女に復讐する旅にさらに昔の罪を謝罪する目的を加えたっていいんだわ。六軒島に行ってあの日の暴言を詫び花を手向けることくらいはできる。
Okay.
いえ、花よりもっといいものがあるわ。そしてその方がお姉ちゃんにはふさわしいと思う。
Instead of ignoring my hair being blown about by the sea breeze, I concentrated my mind, lifted my palms up to the sky of my head, and imagined the vast space.
エンジ様？
静かに。さあさあ、我こそは魔女見習いエンジェ・ベアトリーチェ。破門にされてはしまったけれどかつて同じ同盟に所属し私と我が呼びかけに応じ。
It was hard to tell in the middle of the day, but the faint blue light gathered around the palms of my hands, and then I revived Sakutaro's form. It was truly a long missed, that figure. His cute ears and sporadic scarf came off easily, so Nechan faithfully wrapped it all the time, didn't it? Didn't she?
サク太郎、わかる？私たちが。おりょ。
Oreo?
おりょ？
Oreo?
ママ、エンジ。
The sleepy face is still waking up from a long slumber. Sakutaro looked all around him as he spoke.
お久しぶりね、サク太郎。あなたを私の力で呼び出すのはきっとこれが初めてだわ。そして今や私にしか呼び出せない。
おりょ。
Oreo? Those words might have been a bit cruel. Sakutaro's face clouded over.
かつての私はあなたを否定した。その私があなたを呼び出したということはあなたの存在を私が認めたということ。
いいの？僕はエン ジの世界に呼び出されてもいいの？
His eyes were slightly frightened. It was only natural. I, who had played with him like a friend before, had one day suddenly denied him and tried to burn him with the anti-magic toxin. It was only natural that he was scared.
謝るわ、あの日のこと、マモンにも、そしてみんなにも。
At some point, the rest of the seven sisters had gathered on the deck. No, they were there at all times. They had always been by my side. As long as I accept that it's okay for them to be there, they will appear anytime.
あなたたちは確かに存在するわ。ルシファーもレビアタンも
Lucifer is first.
サ
Yes.
タンもベルフェゴールも
Belphegor should be second. At least.
マモンもベルゼブブもアスモデウスも、そしてサクタロウも。よろしいのですか？エンジェ様はベアトリーチェ様に挑もうというお方、魔女を否定される立場にあられるお方が我らを認めてもよろしいのですか？私の世界にとって魔法が存在するかどうかは悪いけど保留させてもらうわ。
Nice.
私自身が魔法の存在を認めたわけじゃない。
なのに我らを認めるという矛盾はどういうことです？
魔法は信じる人には存在するってことよ。私が信じなくても誰かが信じたならその人の世界には魔法が存在するわ。
This is the key to, accepting and respecting everybody else. If someone believes, then that magic that they believe in will exist in that person's world. Again, your reality is your own reality, right? If you have your own way of thinking about yourself, if you think yourself is identified as a certain person that you can't just see with the naked eye, then have at it. Identify yourself that way. Even if I don't see you that way by the naked eye, if you believe it, if somebody else believes it, that other person that's not me believes it, that magic still exists in your world. So I'm not going to deny that magic, right? That's not going to be the person that I want to be. So I'm not going to say, oh, I won't call you by these certain pronouns, even though you want me to. I might say in my own private life, right? I don't believe that these are the right pronouns this person should be calling themselves as, but if I'm talking to you, if I'm interacting with you, I want to call you by those pronouns, because that's the way your world exists. That's pretty much it. I mean, that's the way you can accept and respect people, right? It's easy. It's very easy. Don't deny their magic. It's very easy. Very easy!
それは私が魔法を信じたって信じなくたって何の干渉も受けない。いいえ、受けてはいけないのよ。その誰かは胸を張って自らの魔法を信じればいいの。
Exactly.
そして私はそれを認める。だからあなたたちが存在しても全然おかしくはないのよ。
なかなかの奇弁です。面白い解釈。
Satan, she might be new best girl. Belphegor is good. Belphegor is good. Satan's new best girl, I think.
エンジェ様のそれは悪
Wait
魔
a
の
minute,
証
wait a
明
minute.
す
Oh
るも
no.
のでしょう。
Oh no. Hold up, hold up. They're both equal girls. They're both equal best girls. Belphi and Satan.
悪魔の証明？
だって悪魔の存在を証明するには悪魔を連れてくればいいけれど、悪魔の存在を否定することだけは不可能。
そして私たちはここにいる。つまりそれはエンジェ様が魔法を信じようと信じまいと私たちの存在は揺るがないということ。
無理よ。
Who do you?
エンジから半魔法の毒が消え。
本当だわ。魔法を否定する立場なのにどうして。
それは多分尊重し認めるという心を知ったから。
Exactly.
今の私にならマリアお姉ちゃんの。
Like, literally everybody needs to play this game just for that line alone. Everybody should play this game. And then on Twitter there won't be any more of these fucking idiot comments of fucking bigots and shit. making these fucking stupid ass goddamn racist comments. But not everybody plays this game, so unfortunately nobody's gonna be thinking like this in 2021. They need to be though.
そしてベアトリーチェの魔法の深淵も
In the past, I insisted that I didn't believe in things like magic, that something like magic couldn't exist. I acted like I had my eyes tightly shut and couldn't see anything, but now I am different. I get the feeling that I can look right at that thing called magic and close in on its true nature.
惜しいわ。この現代にこれだけ半魔法の毒素が抜けた人間なんて本当に稀よ。魔女に向いた稀有な才能なのに。そうね。今のエンジェ様が魔女を目指してくださったならベアトリーチェ様に及ぶかもしれない大魔女に成長されたかもしれないのに。
それでも我らの存在を認めてくださった我らの主である。おそらくエンジェ様が我らの最後の主となるだろう。最後の奉公と思い尽力しようではないか。
ブー。なのにエンジ様自身がまだ魔法を信じてくれないのが納得いかない。エンジ様、ついでに魔法も認めてくださいよ。せっかくの主なのに魔女じゃないなんてなんだかもったいない。
最高の魔女になれる逸材なのにその目的が魔女を撃つことだなんて惜しいです。まあそれもエンジ様の人生で生き方でそうと決めた世界ならばそれは私たちにとやかく口出しできることではないわけですが。
私を理解してくれてありがとう。そうね、魔法が私にとって存在するかどうかそれは私が決めることだわ。世界のどこかに魔法が実在したとしても。
When I think about it, the world is so vast and yet so small. Billions of people live on Earth, but I probably won't meet even 1% of those people. Even so, I will speak of the world. Without knowing even 1% of the world, I will speak of my world.
私が知らない世界の法則を私に否定する資格なんてない。だから私の世界に魔法が存在しないからといって私の知らない世界に魔法が存在することまでを否定することはできない。まさに悪魔の証明というわけだわ。いえ、業に入り手は業に従えと言うべきかしら。
I can be confident in the world I know. So even if my world is denied by a complete stranger who doesn't know a thing about it, that's nothing to worry about. So again, guys, don't go crazy online, on Twitter or on even on Twitch when somebody comes in and like raids you. Maybe it's a hate raid. They don't know a thing about your life, right? There's nothing to worry about. If they deny your magic, you still have magic in your life. So fuck them. They don't know they don't know thing one about your life, right? And in the same way, just because I don't know another world doesn't make it me qualified to deny it. Exactly.
だから私は自分の世界に魔法があるかないかを問わずにマリアお姉ちゃんが教えてくれた魔法を否定することなんてできやしない。
無理や。だって見たことがなくても魔法は存在するんだもん。
ええ、だからすでに言っている通り魔女同盟マリアージュ・ソルシエルの友人である私にもそして誰にも否定することなんてできないわけ。
I proclaim the most important part again. Even though the sea breeze and the crashing of the waves were noisy, it was time of silence. Both Sakotaro and the Seven Sisters of Purgatory reflected upon my words. And probably I did too. Does magic exist or not? Do witches exist or not? I reflected on that fact that, while ignoring that the answer was within my world, I had declared openly that I would accept their existence despite it being in contradiction.
ありがとう、エンジ。
そこまでお認めになったなら魔女もお認めになって。いえ、愚問でした。その問いに対する答えをすでにエンジ様は明確にお持ちだ。
ごめんね。魔女がこの世界のどこかにいるかもしれないことをでも 私の世界は揺るがない。
魔女も魔法も認めない。六軒島の真実は必ず暴いてみせるでしょ。
ええ、それが私の世界よ。仮に本当に魔女が存在したとしても、私の世界では認めないわ。当の魔女にどれだけ言い寄られたとしてもね。
エンジェ様のお立場は魔女を撃つこと、そしてそのお気持ちにいささかの揺らぎもないこと、よくわかりました。我らはエンジェ様の家具、煉獄の七姉妹、いつでもおそばに。お役に立てる日が来るのをいつまでもお待ち申し上げております。
エンジェ様が魔法を信じてくれない以上、話し相手くらいにしかなれないけれど、今は十分よ。私たちに存在できる余地を残してくださった。それだけで私たちはエンジェ様に感謝し、
つまり私たちはまたみんなといられるんだね。
うりゅう。
サク太郎、モフモフさせて。
Sakutaro was overcome with emotion and tears came to his eyes. The seven sisters closed in and mobbed him. They were also celebrating a long-awaited reunion. Because they were granted permission to exist, they can exist here without doubt. No, they can exist even if I don't permit it. Because I accepted them, they showed their union's joy to me as well. As I watched over that scene, I reflected on the meaning of this journey of mine.
これでみんなには許してもらえたかしら。
十分ですよ。私たちは家具、呼び出してもらえるだけで、おそばにいることを許されるだけで嬉しいのですから。ウリュウ、エンジェ、本当にありがとう。
そういえば、どうして私には作太郎が呼び出せたのかしら。いえ、逆ね。どうしてお姉ちゃんには作太郎が呼び出せなかったのかしら。
Maria Onechan despaired, thinking that Sakutaro had died, which told me that she hadn't been able to summon him like this before anymore. In the past, Onechan said it was more advantageous in summoning to have a vessel. However, a vessel lacked training wheels and it shouldn't be absolutely necessary. In other words, even if the stuffed animal line that was Sakutaro's vessel didn't exist, it should have been possible to summon him. In fact, for that matter, it's a little doubtful whether summoned beings even have the concept of life and death. Moreover, Sakutaro was an especially important friend of Maria Onechan. She should have been able to strive hard to summon him one more time. The difference here is, guys, Maria's mother made that, Rosa made that by hand, and then Rosa destroyed it by her own hand, and then after destroying it said, Sakutaro is dead, verbatim. So there's no way you're gonna bring that shit back at that point. If you're Maria, you're Rosa's daughter, you have a stuffed animal made by Rosa, and Rosa destroys the daughter's doll, and then literally says, this doll is dead. There's no way you're bringing that shit back. Maybe, Angie can bring it back, because she's not Rosa's daughter, and she has a grasp on what Sakutaro looked like, and what his personality was like. But Maria could never bring that back at that point. There's no way. It certainly was sad that the original stuffed animal vessel had been torn apart, but why was he dead, and why couldn't she summon him again? I'll just explain why.
それはマリアがあの時僕のぬいぐるみが破れたのを見て、僕が死んでしまったと決めてしまったから。魔法の存在と同じなんです。マリア教の世界で作太郎が死んでしまったことになったなら、彼女の世界では作太郎は存在できない。ウリュウ。
Who do you? It's perception, guys. Perception is key. The shock of having her beloved stuffed animal torn apart had left a wound in her heart, serious enough to prevent her from ever again summoning her irreplaceable close friend. In Maria's Onechan's eyes, Sakutaro had died. So even if Sakutaro could exist like this to me, he could not exist before her.
僕はいつもマリアと一緒にいたんだよ。泣いてるマリアのすぐ近くで、泣かないでってずっと言ってたんだよ。 でもマリアには僕の姿も声も
Unfortunately,
届かなくて。
this was the motivation Maria needed to be the accomplice for Beatrice, killing all these people on the island. She never again saw Sakutaro, and then she always blamed Rosa for that. So Rosa had to die, basically. And Beatrice promised that to a T. Oh, I'm gonna kill your fucking mother. She's gonna pay, right? Then sign me up if I'm Maria. Sign me the fuck up. You know, I'll try these magical circles on these doors for you. Let's go. Sakutaro hung his head, looking
マ
sad.
リアージュ・ソルシエルはあの事件の後急に性格を変えていくの。それまでの同盟は和やかなものだった。でも事件後は憎い誰かをいかにして呪うかという物騒なものばかり。お姉ちゃんの日記はあからさまに様変わりしていくの。
A diary is a mirror that reflects one's heart as it is. It probably showed the personality called Maria die and be reborn as the evil witch personality Maria. Remember how evil Maria was in episodes 1, 2, a little bit in 3. But she was pretty much like always excusing Beatrice's actions and like, oh, if people die, they die. Who cares? We're all going to the Golden Land. That was a new personality. Maria used to be a good girl. After Maria's pet died, after Sakutaro died, she became kinda evil. As she filled the diary with hatred and sadness, her heart surely was not fulfilled. Because she wasn't fulfilled, she had no choice but to fill it with hatred and sadness. And while still unfulfilled, she met with death. I wonder if her unfulfilled soul had as a hole opened in his chest from sadness even now. And continually wanders, tears dripping down and calling Sakutaro's name. That's sad to think.
あなたがお姉ちゃんには必要なのよ。
ウリュウ。
Who do you?
どうしたらあなたをマリアお姉ちゃんの世界で蘇らせられるの？その方法がわかれば私はお姉ちゃんを救うことができる。それが私に課せられた贖罪の方法なのよ。どうすればサク太郎は蘇るの？
マリアにとって僕のよりしろは特に重要な意味を持ってたから。
よりしろ、つまりライオンのぬいぐるみを蘇らせることができれば。
でも僕のぬいぐるみはローザママの手作りだからローザママにしか作れない。
From even inside the diary, Maria Nichan had asked this of Beatrice and had been refused for the same reason. The magical significance of a stuffed animal being unique and handmade is very large. Then, if we could make the same thing once more, but Aunt Rosa is already gone from this world. We can never make the same thing again.
同じぬいぐるみをもう一つ作ってあったとか、そういうことはないの？
Nope.
彼はマリア教の誕生日プレゼントのために作られた世界でたった一つのぬいぐるみ、手作りでたった一つのよりしろなんです。だから大きな魔力を秘めているんです。そして失われたらもう二度と手に入らない、蘇らない。ウリュウ。
You. Maria Nichan knew that. So when she saw that stuffed animal unique in the world be torn apart, she despaired. Because it was stuffed animal unique in the world. And it permitted her no compromises such as simply buying another, she despaired from the bottom of her heart.
でもサク太郎はここにいるわ。よりしろなんかなくてもここにいる。私がそれを認めているから私の世界では確かに存在する。マリアお姉ちゃんが認めなくてもそれは否定できない。そうよね。
理屈ではそうですが、同じ理屈でマリア教にそれを認めさせることもまた困難かと思います。マリア、僕は死んでないよ。ここにいるのに。ウリュウ。
What do you?
きっと六軒島でマリアお姉ちゃんに私は再会できると思うの。そして私は何が何でもお姉ちゃんの中のあなたを蘇らせて再会させるわ。
できるの？
難しいでしょうね。魔女同盟に誘われた私が意味を理解できず拒絶してしまったのと同じように、彼女もまた あなたの存在を拒絶するかもしれない。でもやるしかないわ。それが私にできる唯一の罪滅ぼしなのよ。
園児様、
六軒島で何が待つのか、そして何が起こるのか、何ができるのか、あるいは何も起こらないのかもしれないけど、全ての始まりであるあの島こそがこの旅の終着点なのよ。私はあなたたちを連れて魔女の家具であるあなたたちの主として魔女の島へ、六軒島へ帰らなければならない。
Even though the rays of the sun have been so strong, at some point clouds had started to hang over us. The spray hitting my cheek might not all be coming from the crashing waves.
エンジェさん、軽く一雨来そうですぜ。下へ降りた方がいいんじゃないですか？
Amakusa called out to me with the expression of surprise that I was still here. When I looked up, I saw that the island's silhouette had gotten much larger. We might reach land very soon. I remember that the weather report had mentioned scattered rains. The sky wasn't dark enough for rain clouds. I'd probably be just for a short time. Even if the rain was light enough to not be a bother, I've been rain started to fall as we approached the island. It felt like some kind of fate. It was probably raining on October 4th, 1986 as well. It was. I was approaching the Rokujima of that day and not just in distance. I went back down to Amakusa. Amakusa was carrying what looked like a quite large and heavy golf bag. It was something Amakusa had brought back from God knows where after we split up for a day. I wasn't going to inquire of its contents, but it's hard to imagine that there'd be anything peaceful.
中身はあえて聞かないけど重そうね。
Bunch of rifles, probably.
どうしてこいつらは重くてかなわないのか、フランス人の教官が面白いことを教えてくれました。何でもこいつらは重くあるべきだそう。
You gotta carry that weight, baby.
何しろ人の命は地球より重いんですから。
That's it.
こいつらはもっと重くて叱るべきなんだとか。
使う機会がないといいわね。
ないといいですな。
Amakusa set the golf bag-like luggage down heavily beside him. Helicopter time. I'm not sure who this is. It might be Sumadera. We'll read it normally first. It might be Sumadera though. A two-propeller aircraft touched down on the runway. With the weather in these conditions, it could not have been a peaceful flight, a pleasant flight. Everything after this flight had been suspended due to the weather. It is Sumadera, okay. Cutting through the drizzle as she traversed the runway, Sumadera Kosumi entered the lobby with two black suits as guards. The four black suits who had been waiting inside the lobby stood up and respectfully lowered their heads, but not low enough for me. I'm Kosumi, bitch. I'm beautiful, damn it.
二度と乗りたくないわ。
お車を用意しております。どうぞこちらへ。
They went into the two luxury cars that had been rented, but they weren't luxurious enough for my ass.
エンジェは六軒島へ向かうはずよ。無人島とは実に都合がいいわね。お道具は用意できてるんでしょうね。
The black suit in the passenger seat lifted up a heavy bag that had been by his feet onto his lap, opened the zipper wide and showed Kasumi the contents. Inside were several blocky objects wrapped tightly in an aluminum silver foil. He peeled one open to show her. I'll pick the black blunt automatic pistol. So, that doesn't work, guys. If you try to like wrap your weapons in aluminum foil and put it on the plane, you will be arrested for felony. So don't try that. Unless you want to be stupid. Don't try that shit. Hey! Are we back to the actual game board now? Let's see. It was already approaching 10 at night. The typhoon had already engulfed Okajima. Even the rose garden that had looked so beautiful during the day is now being beaten down upon by the fierce winds and resisting with all its might, undulating and trying to keep the flowers from blowing away. Who was talking? Heading for the guest house through that rose garden, led by Shannon, for Battler, who was holding up an umbrella, Jessica, and Maria, who was sleeping on Bastard's shoulders. So it's all the kids. Let's say Battler speaking, I guess, right now.
ゲストハウスくらい俺たちだけでも行けるってのにいいんだぜシャノンちゃん戻って休んでてくれよ
いいえお送りするのも仕事ですので
親族会議中はうちのお母さんとか源氏さんもピリピリしてるからな下手に私たちが気を利かせるとシャノンがサボってると勘違いされちゃう
そうだね素直にお世話になった方がむしろ迷惑をかけないだろうねありがとうシャノンいい
え確かにお嬢様のおっしゃられます通り今日のお屋敷はピリピリしていますだから私も皆さんとご一緒して外の空気が吸えるのでちょっと肩が楽です
親族会議わざわざ俺たち子供を追い出すくらいだから相当タチの悪い話をするんだろうぜ
だろうね僕たちはきっと何の力にもなれないせめて邪魔をしないようにするのが一番の協力だと思うよ
どうせまた金って話だろうぜ普段散々金持ちだと吹聴してるくせにいざとなったらもったいぶりやがるパーッと気前よくみんなで山分けすりゃいいのによ
そりゃあ豪快な話だぜ俺にも分け前がもらえりゃいいのによ
Give me a share too.
もし俺にももらえたらその時はシャノンちゃんにも分けてやるからな
Whoa! Whoa!
どうもありがとうございますお気持ちだけで嬉しいです
シャノンは欲がないね年頃の女の子なら買いたいものがいっぱいあるだろう、ね、
Shut the fuck up, George.
そうですね
Battler's trying to flirt with your
でも
girlfriend.
私
Leave him
欲しい
alone.
ものの中にお金で買えるものがありませんので
ひゅー
Ooh.
無欲だな
Ooh.
俺なんか欲しいもん全部並べたら金がいくらあっても足りねえぜ
お金で買えるものにはだぜ
Exactly.
シャノンの言う金で買えない欲しいものって何かな
Uh-oh.
ジョージ兄さんは心当たりある
Don't ask George. Please.
さあ、なんだろうね
What a
シャ
great
ノンじゃ
answer.
ないとわからないね
Fuck you, George.
私にもわかりません
Still my fucking color of my goddamn sweatshirt with this gay ass little fucking look at this fucking stupid ass gray goddamn color. My shit's gray. Green, sorry, green. He got me to fucking confuse the colors for a second. Well, he's got a gray tie, I guess. But it's still green. He's a little bitch. Alright, let me go back. George and Shannon looked down with their faces red. Battler had also heard the details, but he knew that what Jessica was teasing him about.
ジョージの兄貴は
George, 兄貴
俺にとっても尊敬できるお人だシャノンちゃんは本当にいい人と巡り会えたと思うぜ
だな私もジョージ兄さんなら安心してシャノンを任せられるぜ
からかうのはよしてくれよ僕たちにとっては真面目な問題なんだそれよりジェシカちゃんの方だってどうなんだいカノン君と少しは仲良くなれたのかい
お前カノン君とそういう仲なのかよ
汚いぜジョージ兄さんそういう話の切り返し方は汚いぜ
That's what George does. You should get used to that. As they had an animated discussion with ups and downs, the four kids headed for the guest house. The annual family conference was extremely important to the Ushormiya family, and this year in particular seemed like it was going to be especially so. Apparently, the family head Kinzo was personally going to be making a very serious announcement, and everyone other than the adults had been strictly ordered to leave the mansion Badler hadn't attended the family conference in 6 years, so he hadn't really noticed. But according to Jessica, there seemed to be a very tense atmosphere tonight. Completely different than a normal year. Common sense made it clear that Kinzo, whose remaining life was short, was going to make some big announcement about the succession of the head and the distribution of his fortune.
しかし驚いたな。まさか本当にじい様が登場するとは。
We'll point out something real obvious here. Badler is not in the mansion, right? Kinzo's coming to the mansion. They said, all the kids, everybody else that's not an adult, get the fuck out of the mansion, go to the guest house. So Badler and the game board is not in the mansion. Again, I'll say it again. Badler and the game board is not in the mansion. So is this really Kinzo? Probably not. If Badler doesn't see Kinzo, he's not there, basically. So whenever Badler's not in the scene, the shit you're being showed in the game board is not actually happening. It's being made up. Alright?
なるほど。これが魔女の反撃というわけね。
金蔵というジョーカーはもう少し伏せていたかったところだが、切り札は切るためにある。
くそ、じい様は最初から死んでて、その代わりに謎の18人目が紛れ込んでるっていう俺の推理はここに来ていきなりバッサリってわけだ。
Not necessarily. Why do you think he's there? You haven't seen him yet, right?
いつかはそなたが金蔵を疑いに来ることは読めておったわ。さあさあ、これでそなたの推理は再びゼロに戻ったぞ。金蔵は最初から死んでいて、その代わりにわらわが18人目として紛れ込んでいたという推理は
くそ。
Think, Badler, think. Maybe Angie could think for you.
だがくじけねえぞ。一つの推理が外れただけだ。
Oh, Angie's already compromised. That's right. Angie can't do anything because of Lambda Delta telling her not to do shit.
嵐のように、暴風のように襲いかかってや
So
る。
Angie's not going to help him out at all. Even though she probably sees through this shit. It's fucking easy. It's not true. You're not there in the room to see it. Don't believe it.
まだまだ第一の晩祭始まっていない。屈服にはあまりに早すぎる。
そうね。そして赤き真実で否定されたわけでもない。今この瞬間の時点でまだバトラの説は破ら
Okay,
れたわ
okay,
けで
okay,
もない。
okay, okay. She's still helping him out a little bit. If Badler can think, he'll realize, oh, I'm not in the room to actually see Kinzo alive. So, is he really alive? Answer no. He's really dead. Badler can't think about this because he's too stupid. But Angie knows this right away. It's fucking bullshit.
勝ったつもりになるのも早すぎるわよ。
そうだな。確かに。あっさり鵜呑みにするにはまだ早い。
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
ジン
James.
様がいよいよ登場する。やっぱり体調が悪くなった云々言って現れない可能性だってある。じい様は本当は死んでいるという事
Even if
実。
he's shown, if Badler's not there to see it,
クラウス
it's
おじさ
not
んが
real.
ギリギリまで苦し紛れで引き伸ばしているだけかもしれない。
なるほどなる。好きにする。すぐに決着。すぐに。
All the relatives and Nanjo could be seen in the dining hall. Nanjo sat alone, quietly watching the wind and the rain outside. Kraus was sitting in the seat of his own rank, with Natsui standing motionlessly at his side. All the other siblings and their partners were gathered at the opposite end of the long table whispering to each other. Where are the kids at? Why aren't the kids there? Why isn't Badler there, right?
マリアは傘をくれた人物をお父様だというのよ。
なんちゅうこと。
Again, okay, we'll go back real quick. So the world's the same. Maria said the person that gave her the umbrella was father. Again, what did she say last 3 games? In episode 1, it was Beatrice. In episode 2, Beatrice. In episode 3, Beatrice. Episode 4, his father. Obviously, none of these people are alive or in existence. Beatrice is just a figment of somebody's imagination. Father is dead. But Maria is always accomplice because Maria always, hates her mother, Rosa, for killing Sakutaro. We've finally figured that out this episode, and now we know that Maria has motive to be an accomplice of Beatrice. So that's why she's saying the father's alive. He's not alive, right? But we're gonna pretend that he's alive, basically. For Battler's sake. In the meta world.
ということはつまりわしらの作戦は根底から崩れたっちゅうわけか。
作戦も何もお父様が健在で自ら発表があると言った以上、もう兄さんとのくだらない駆け引きは一切不要だわ。
だな。クソ親父め。バイブらずにとっとと現れてくれりゃよかったんだ。おかげで俺たちは兄貴と無駄に揉めただけだ。
それを試したかったのかもね。
Mm.
血のつながってない私が言うのもなんだけど、あなたたちのお父様かなり頭はいいわよ。日中のやりとりは多分使用人の誰かに聞かれてお父様に報告されてたのよ。なんてこと。お父様の遺産が目当てで騒いでることはもうバレバレってことじゃない。ああ、なんてことよ。
Best girl. Best girl lifted her head. Uncharacteristically. I can't say that word. Eva held her head uncharacteristically dejected. There you go. As if as Kiria had said, this had been Ginzo's design from the beginning. Setup spread over more than a year in a bid to find a sibling's true natures. Then they had fallen for it completely.
お父さんの耳に入ったとまだ決まったわけやない。
Oops.
いいえ、入ってるに決まってるわ。兄さん以外の全員がお父様は死んでいると言い切りお父様の健在を信じなかった。ああ、もう終わりだわ。お父様は宣言するのよ。兄さんこそが跡継ぎで私たちには片翼を身にまとう資格もないと宣告するのよ。
Ouch.
私は
姉さんしっかり。
ローザさん、マリアちゃんは本当にお父様に傘をもらったのかしら。
Hell no, she didn't.
どういう意味？
マリアちゃんはお父様に会ったかもしれない。でも私たちは会ってないわ。
No, Maria didn't meet her either. Meet him either. She's lying for the accomplice.
マリアちゃんがそうだと主張しているだけよ。
Mm-hmm.
そんなマリアが嘘をついているというの？
Yeah, she is. She's always been lying.
マリアちゃんが嘘をつくとは言って
No,
ね。
she's a liar.
だがマリアちゃんは素直な子だろう。例えばだが源氏さんあたりがこの傘はおじい様からマリア様に渡すように言われました。マリアちゃんが親父に会ったわけでなくてもおじい様に傘をもらった。
Oh, there you go.
そうね、その手が考えられるわ。
だがな、マリアちゃんはこう言ったんやろ。おじい様がやってきて傘を渡してくれたと。
ええ、そう言ったわ。おじい様から直接受け取ったとはっきり言ったわ。
直接か。お手上げだな。
It's not that. Maria's a liar. Nobody understands Maria's a liar in this scenario because they don't understand that Rosa's been a bad fucking bitch mother. Rosa probably knows it, actually.
下手な考え、休むに似たりとはよく言ったものだわ。ちょっと考えてみたら、傘がどうこうなんてどうでもいい問題だわ。どうしてよ。マリアちゃんが兄さんに買収されて、あたかもお父様が健在であるかのように嘘を頼まれたかもしれないでしょ。傘が確かにお父様から渡されたなんて証拠、どこにもありはしない。マリアちゃんが誰から傘をもらっていようとも、あるいは傘なんかそもそももらっていなかったとしても、 お父様はもうじき現れる。
Oops.
現れたお父様の前に傘の問題なんて全くどうでもいいこと。つまり傘の問題が取り沙汰されるのはそうでない場合ということよ。
そうでない場合ってのは何のことだ？
そうか。桐江さんが言いたいのはこういうことやろ。お父さんもうすぐ出会ってくることになっとるが、また難癖をつけて結局現れん可能性がまだ残ってるっちゅうことやろ。
そうか。そうよね。私たちの追求に兄さんが苦し紛れの時間稼ぎでお父様が現れると出任せを言ったのかもしれない。やっぱりお父様はすでに亡くなっていて、兄さんは今なおまだ健在であると嘘をつき続けている。つまりお父様が現れれば全ての策は通用しない。考える必要もない。私たちは訴状の魚、運を天に任せてお父様との直接交渉に臨むしかないわ。それこそ土下座とげんこつを覚悟してお金を無心するしかない。でも逆にお父様が現れなければ私たちの当初の作戦は何も揺るがない。
That's not gonna happen.
なるほど。つまりどっちに転ぼうとも今さらあたふたする必要は何もないってことね。
お父様が現れれば本来の親族会議が行われるだけの話。現れなければ私たちは引き続きクラウス兄さんを追求すればいいだけの話なのよ。
お父さんの機嫌が急に悪くなってみたいなクラウスさんの言い逃れを決して許さんようにせんとな。
どうやら私たちが本当に検討すべきは兄さんがどんな策を弄してこの場をごまかそうとしてくるかよ。往生際の悪さは私が一番よく知っているわ。
お父様がお元気なら私たちは土下座してお金を無心し、クラウス兄さんの茶番だったなら私たちは醜い兄弟喧嘩を再開し。
Good choices, right?
今年も素敵な親族会議になりそうね。
だな。下手な考え休むに似たりってわけか。もうじき22時だな。兄貴に催促してみるか。
Rudolph and the rest looked at the time. Finally see it, he looked like it was waiting Kinzo's arrival with an air of composure. They couldn't tell whether that was really composure or whether he was scheming about how to tie it together his lie.
あなた、
落ち着きなさい。もう今さらジタバタしても始まらん。源氏さんに任せよう。
もうじき10時ですね。
At the time was that he had been set for tonight's family conference to open. In addition, it was also the time that Usurumia family had needed to appear. 10 o'clock on the dot. I'm a drop top ready to rock. By then, they had heard found the footsteps approaching from the hall. There were multiple sets. Natsui, I jerked her head up at the start. But there came the sound of a knock and her expression, filled with disappointment, was Genji, because Kinzo probably wouldn't have knocked.
失礼いたします。
Oh, it's Goda. Haven't seen Goda in a while, right? Good old Eddie Haskell. Please excuse me. Mrs. Claver? Will you finish closing up the mansion for the night, Mrs. Claver? It was Goda and Kumasawa. Unlike the physically fit Goda, it was rare for Kumasawa, with her old body, to still be tasked with work this late. She's a golden girl, that's why. Carlos Kraus also seemed to know that.
ご苦労だった。こんな時間まで申し
Why,
訳
thank you,
ない。
Mr. Cleaver.
熊沢さん。
いいえ、こう見えてもまだまだ夜更かしは得意でございますので。
I like staying up at late at night, you asshole. It's one of my specialties. You stupid bitch.
熊沢についてだけは立ち会いを外させてもよいので
Sour Kraus.
さすがに体に応えるでしょう。
使用人も全員揃えろとの命令だ。逆らえん。
Tonight's family conference was clearly different from a normal one. On a normal year, no one was able to attend the family conference except for relatives. It would have been inconceivable for us, the servants, to be present. But this year was different. They've been told to have all the servants in attendance for the family conference. Of course, they would not be allowed to speak. They were as observers. Well, this wasn't a fucking world was going to happen and needed 5 servants to observe. To save. So 5 servants, we got Kanon, Shannon, Kumasawa, Goda, and Genji. I thought Shannon was in the other scene, but okay. Guess she came back. Even Kraus didn't know.
徹夜はこう見えても強いんですよ。旦那様もサバをもりもり食べれば夜ももっとたくましくなれますよ。
Say goddamn.
なるほど。まだまだお元気でおられる。100歳になっても元気でお勤めに違いない。
Hell, yes.
奥様、勝手ながら軽食の準備をさせていただきました。
Who told you to fucking fix some dinner, bitch?
いつでも配膳できますので、ご指示を頂戴できればと思います。
Gonna kiss some ass.
ありがとう。やはりあなたは気が利きますね。他の皆
Ass
さ
kiss
ん
them, bitch.
こう
かしこまりました。
At the bottom, slightly, Goda took the pot towards the elders gathered at the other end of the table. As he did, more footsteps approached from the hallway. Single set. They were light. Even before this knock, he could imagine who it was. Who was it?
失礼いたします。
It's Shannon! Finally, right?
お子様方をゲストハウスへお送りいたしました。
ご苦労でした。今夜は特別な番です。緊張感を欠かさないように。
Alright guys, I'm going to end it here. It's been about 4 hours. But I have to go to work eventually, so we'll continue it at this point. We'll see if Kinzo actually shows up. Even if he does, we already know Battler is not in this room, so we're going to believe that Kinzo is actually there. Or that Battler is being told a story of something that he can't witness first-hand account of. Yeah. I think you know the answer already. Let's go ahead and save it though. I'll save it here, and in the meantime, guys, and in the between time, guys, y'all go ahead and be good to each other. Rock on and party on, dudes. Have a great rest of the week. I will see you probably tomorrow. I'll come back over here for this. For another round of Umineko no Nako Koroni. A good night and goodbye.